My sister said, "You'll pay my mortgage." After I lost my job, I said, "Not a chance," cut the whole family off, and exposed the $317,000 secret they'd been hiding for years. My name is Naomi, 29F, and I think I've finally reached my breaking point. Let me give you some context. In my family, there's this unspoken rule. I'm the fixer. Car loan late? No problem, Naomi will pitch in. Surprise tuition shortfall? Naomi's got your back. Forget about property taxes? Call Naomi to the rescue. And sometimes, it wasn't just cash. I'd help out with logistics, legal stuff, even babysitting my sister's kids when she overbooked her vacations. My younger sister, Amanda, 27F, is the golden child. And by golden I mean spoiled but with a bit of tarnish. Every time she messed up, my parents would catch her, and I'd be the one stuck under the pillow. I work in corporate compliance. Yeah, it sounds boring, but it pays well and provides stability. Recently, I got an offer for a regional director position across the country. Better pay, more respect, and, most importantly, some distance from my family. But then Amanda learned she was getting laid off from her startup job. She claimed it was due to office politics, but everyone knew she hadn't hit any of her goals for 2 years. Then came the Sunday dinner chat. Amanda shows up late, still in her sweatpants, plops down and casually says, "I lost my job. You'll pay my mortgage." No apologies, no explanation, just that. I blinked. Excuse me? It's not forever. Just until I get things sorted out. 6 months tops. You earn enough to help, she adds. Dad looked at me like I should have known better. Family helps family, Naomi. I put my fork down and calmly said, "Not a chance." Amanda rolled her eyes and scoffed. Wow, selfish much? I didn't argue or defend myself. Instead, I went home and accepted that promotion. An hour later, my phone buzzed again. Dad texted, "You're out of the will unless you bail her out." No greeting, just that. So that night, I logged into every joint account, every family autopay plan, and every card with my name on it to take myself off. Cable? Gone. The internet bill I'd been paying since college? Cancelled. The family savings account I funded for emergencies? I transferred my share out. By the time morning rolled around, I had 37 missed calls. Amanda, Dad, Mom, even my aunt were all blowing up my phone. I didn't pick up. Instead, I shot off one last group message. "You said I'm out of the will. Just making sure my name's off everything else too." That set Mom off in voicemail number 19. "Naomi, you're tearing this family apart." The next few days turned into a crash course in emotional manipulation. It was text after text, call after call, with everyone playing their parts. Mom was the guilt tripper. "I brought you into this world. You can't just abandon your sister like this." Dad stepped in as the controller. "Sure, you might be making money now, but don't forget who raised you." And Amanda played the martyr. "Hope you sleep well in your fancy new job while your family drowns." I didn't respond to any of them. I had my hands full packing up my apartment for the move. They had no clue I'd signed a lease 3 weeks ago. I'd been planning this escape for a while, and the job offer was just the icing on the cake. Then everything escalated. That Tuesday night, I got a fraud alert on our old shared family card, the one I thought I'd taken myself off. $2,800 for Lonebridge mortgage processing popped up. Amanda had tried to use my linked info to cover her mortgage. Luckily, I had alerts set up and froze the card right away. I didn't call her or raise my voice. I just forwarded the attempted charge and login location to my attorney. Yep, I'd quietly hired one 2 weeks prior. Wednesday morning, I came home from the grocery store to find my parents sitting in the lobby of my building, not in my apartment but in the lobby. They must have sweet-talked the doorman. Dad looked all serious, arms crossed, while Mom had red eyes like she'd been practicing a sob story. Dad said, "You're acting like we're the enemy." I didn't respond. Mom got up and grabbed my hand. "You really want to ruin your sister's life over a few months' help?" Finally, I spoke up. She tried to fraudulently use my financial info. That's not just a couple months' help. That's a felony. They both froze. I pulled out the folder I'd brought just for this moment and handed over a copy of the legal notice my attorney had prepped in case they kept pushing. Cease and desist. Unauthorized use of financial data, pending investigation if there were any more attempts. I looked Dad right in the eye and said, "You said I'm out of the will. Fine. Let's make this mutual. You're all out of my life." I turned, walked to the elevator, and didn't look back while Mom started crying and Dad began shouting. Later that night, Amanda posted a 4-slide sob story on Instagram, complete with sad music and a picture of her house, captioned, "When your own blood lets you drown." The comments poured in with sympathy. But they didn't see slide 5, that was mine. I uploaded my story quietly. A screenshot showing the $2,800 fraud alert with her name on it, the timestamp, and a caption that read, "Don't drown holding someone else's debt." The subject line of Dad's email was, "You made us look bad." Yeah, he emailed me. After blocking all their numbers Thursday morning, those screenshots worked like a charm. Turns out, a bunch of Amanda's mutual friends are also friends of mine. Unlike her little bubble, my friend group included her ex-coworkers, the ones she blamed for losing her job. Within hours, one of them slid into my DMs. Karma's quick. She got fired for ghosting clients for 3 weeks. Spent half her shift at spin class and the other half taking TikToks at her desk. Another sent me a recording. Amanda had posted a story claiming she lost her house because I wouldn't help her after she was laid off unfairly, but that video mysteriously vanished right after I shared a calm TikTok voiceover called Things I Quietly Covered so my family could pretend they were fine. In that video, I detailed how I'd covered Amanda's car insurance for 8 months, paid for Mom's dental surgery in full, and even the vacation deposit to Maui that never got returned, plus the phone plan they all used until just last week, which was still in my name. Over some soft background music, I wrapped up with, "Sometimes walking away isn't cruel, it's survival." The comments were a mixed bag. Half were strangers cheering me on, while the other half were my extended family, uncles, cousins, even church aunties, flooding in with comments like, "This should have stayed in the family. You're punishing your sister for needing help. Your mom's been crying nonstop. Shame on you." I didn't reply to any of them, but I saw it all. Then on Friday afternoon, I got a group email, no hello, no niceties. The subject was family reconciliation meeting, mandatory attendance, sent by Dad and CC'd to 17 people, including Amanda, Mom, cousins, and even my ex, who had gone on a non-date with Amanda just 2 months after we split. They claimed it was just dinner. The email ended with, "If you still care about this family, you'll show up. Otherwise, don't expect to be welcome at any future holidays, weddings, or events." I didn't respond. That night, I shared one last thing. A brief video featuring an old voicemail from Mom playing softly in the background. She said, "Naomi, you're strong. I'm so proud of how you've always taken care of everyone." And it was from 2 years ago. Over it, I added, "They were proud when I was useful, not when I had boundaries." That post blew up. Suddenly, Amanda's little pity party was over. Someone even noted that she had tried to start a GoFundMe to save her home, but it got flagged for inconsistencies. Then on Saturday morning, I got a text from my aunt, the only family member I still spoke to. "Your mom says your dad's freaking out. People are questioning where all the family money has really gone. They're saying Amanda isn't the only one hiding things. You'll regret this when we're gone," Dad yelled across the mediation table. But by that point, I had all the proof I needed. It all started with one shocking number, $317,000. That's how much my accountant found was missing from the family fund over the past 8 years. My dad had convinced me to contribute to it when I began working at 22. He sold it as a safety net, something we could all draw from if anyone hit a rough patch. But I was the only one putting money in. Month after month, I only discovered the truth when I took myself off the accounts and requested detailed financial records, including past transactions. It turned out Amanda's mortgage had been secretly paid from that fund for 26 months. Plus, there was a personal loan of $14,000 in Dad's name, and Mom's plastic surgery bill was classified as a medical necessity. When I confronted them, they teamed up to gaslight me. "We raised you. That money was ours to use. You wouldn't have missed it anyway. You're always so obsessed with control." So I decided to get a lawyer officially. When Dad threatened to sue me for slander because my TikToks were getting attention, I told him, Bring it on. The mediation took place in a private room at my attorney's office. It was me and my lawyer, my parents with their lawyer, Amanda looking bitter with her arms crossed, and a court-appointed mediator. My lawyer passed a binder over the table detailing every unauthorized transfer. There was a notarized statement from the original accountant confirming I was the only one funding the account. I even included screenshots of Amanda's attempted mortgage fraud and a legal request to freeze the remaining joint assets. The mediator turned to my parents and said, "You understand your daughter has grounds for both civil and criminal charges?" Amanda rolled her eyes, but Mom turned pale. Dad laughed it off. "What are you hoping to gain from this? Revenge? We're family." I met his gaze and replied, "I want legal distance. No more emotional IOUs. No more hidden bills. No more texts about how you're struggling while you go on cruises. I'm done." Then I dropped the real bomb. I've filed a petition to formally dissolve any financial liability between us. If Amanda defaults, I won't get the calls anymore. The consequences hit hard. Amanda's house went into pre-foreclosure within 60 days, and my mom and dad lost their car lease when I legally withdrew as co-signer. The family fund account got frozen while they sorted out a complete audit. It turns out Dad also used it as collateral for a secret business loan. After mediation, several family members stopped talking to me, not because I did anything wrong, but because I stirred the pot by sharing everything online. It's funny how some folks see accountability as a betrayal when they're so used to getting a free pass. I moved away, new apartment, new job, new city. Life's much quieter now. About a month later, Amanda sent me one last text. "Hope your cold heart keeps you warm when you have no one left." I didn't respond. Instead, I logged into my lawyer's portal and signed off on the last document that cut all financial ties with my family. The form was fittingly titled Separation of Obligation. I couldn't help but smile. For the first time in years, I didn't owe anyone anything. I had dinner with my aunt last Friday. She hugged me and said, "I don't care what they think. You did the right thing. You saved yourself." I asked her, "What do you think they'll do now?" She just shrugged. "Maybe they'll finally grow up. Maybe not. But that's not your concern anymore." That night, for the first time in months, I slept without my phone on Do Not Disturb. No calls, no texts, just peace. Would you cut off your family if they were draining you financially? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more real-life stories.